Hello, my name's Marty Holmes, and my feminism project is on sex trafficking. The reason I chose to do my report on sex trafficking is because I feel it's very important today. There are cases such as with Jeffrey Epstein and Elaine Maxwell that I felt really touched on a lot of the problem, where they targeted teenagers. Everyday teenagers were targeted, and also victims were used to pull in more girls. So some of the victims became perpetrators and betraying their trust and bringing more girls in to be victimized. I researched what sex trafficking is and who is likely to be trafficked and why. Some of the questions I had asked were how a subject is lured into trafficking, why is trafficking hard to stop, how trafficking is used in business, how the internet has affected sex trafficking, and the differences between sex trafficking and prostitution. Those are some of my questions. Also, I discussed the effects of trafficking. Many women suffer, or many people, because sex trafficking isn't only done for women. There are boys that are sex trafficked also, so we want to be aware of that. Many victims suffer from psychological trauma and also, mental issues. They also suffer sometimes from substance abuse, and substance abuse can be a form of control. A lot of victims say that they're drugged, and as a way to cope, they continue to use drugs and actually become addicted sometimes because they're trying to escape from the psychological effects of the abuse. The other thing I also explored is how we help survivors overcome their trafficking past, and also what Congress has been doing, what laws they have created to fight sex trafficking. My argument is that America needs laws to prosecute sex trafficking, and in order to do such, we want to prosecute businesses and purchasers involved in sex trafficking, instead of just focusing on sex traffickers. In any business market, we know that buyers drive the demand of products and services. And in this way, buyers are a big part of the problem for sex trafficking, and they're also the reason why it's so profitable. Another part of the problem is businesses that either turn a blind eye or encourage these activities. I hope to learn how America has addressed this problem, and I also wanted to learn where we need to improve. I found it hard to make an argument. I mean, we all know that sex trafficking is wrong. So I had to be creative in my argument. So I decided to argue how we prosecute and how we're going to stop sex trafficking. I think that if we only prosecute the sex traffickers, we're only dealing with a portion of the problem. But if we target purchasers and businesses that facilitate sex trafficking, then we're addressing the whole problem, if we do this along with sex traffickers. And we have a better shot at stopping sex trafficking. We will be saving many people from a life of physical, mental, and psychological anguish. Sex trafficking is very detrimental in its effects. A lot of people feel that sex trafficking is about people being chained up, and that's not the case. A lot of times people are lured by, they call it the lover boy technique, or somebody that's promising somebody a better life or that they'll take care of them. But when they get them into this environment, they isolate and dominate them. They're very much free to leave the situation, but they're not psychologically free. A lot of times they're threatened, their family is threatened, they're beaten, sometimes they're drugged. So, walking away is very hard because they have a certain dependence on their traffickers. This concludes everything. I feel it's very important for us to discuss this because maybe we can come to some type of conclusions to help end this. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you. Bye-bye.